What do you get when a Japanese special agent comes to Detroit?
I talk some Jap. Toyota, Mitsubishi, Kawasaki, Teriyaki.
To team up with a wisecracking city cop.
Yeah, I don't think we need quite as much firepower, fellas. Let the people through, will you?
Hot on the trail of murder and corruption.
You see, Oshima stole revolutionary new turbocharger.
You got proof of this? You just make it up as you go along.
No. I see guilty look in Jared's eyes.
Guilty looking eye. Well, with that kind of hard evidence, we should get a conviction overnight.
Collision Course.
Police officer, criminal!
The funniest. Wackiest.
Just my luck, I get the only guy from Japan that doesn't know karate.
Buddy cop comedy. The crash onto the screen.
We'll make him nervous. Maybe we'll do something stupid. Run a red light, spit out the window, then I can fry his ass.
Fry his ass? Very severe punishment for just spit out the window.
Yeah, well, you're in America now, pal.
Jay Leno. And Pat Morita.
Hey, with the monkey.
Two lawmen as different as hot dogs and sushi, trying to steal back the revolutionary new engine that's driving the Motor City crazy. Collision Course.
Wanted to pause there to let people look at the cover for Collision Course. Now, I'm a fan of buddy films and buddy cop films. 48 Hours, Nothing to Lose, Bad Boys 1 and 2, Lethal Weapon, Tango and Cash, and again, buddy cop or just plain buddy films like Harold and Kumar, Go to White Castle, and Cheech and Chong, that type of thing. And this I like. I was entertained by it. I mean, not many people know about this film. If that says the only thing stopping these two cops from solving the crime of the century is each other, although it's not nearly the crime of the century, which I'll get to. But it was an entertaining film, Collision Course, directed by a guy named Lewis Teague. Same guy who directed Alligator, Cujo, Navy SEALs. And I know it's weird. Pat Morita, who's no longer with us, Mr. Miyagi himself, and Jay Leno, which I know this guy hates the movie because he mentioned it, I think, a few times on his Tonight Show. And I'm not a fan of his Tonight Show. I don't watch it. But I thought it was better than this, to be honest. I like this better than Tonight Show, but I don't watch the Tonight Show. That's just me. But Collision Course, apparently this film was made 1989, but it didn't come out in 1992. And on home video. So it didn't even make theatrical release. It just went straight to video. And of course DVD. Yeah, and no features. And really, this is a PG film, really enough. PG. I don't know why, it's weird seeing buddy cop films that are PG. But Collision Course, apparently Bob Clark was going to direct this film, but he was fired for some reason. And your bad guys, you got Chris Sarandon is the main bad guy. Of course, Chris Sarandon from Fright Night, the original, the good one, and Child's Play. And his subordinates, you got Tom Noonan, who is the Frankenstein monster in the Monster Squad, the killer in Manhunter. You also have Randall Tetz Cobb, who I always remember from Uncommon Valor. I think more people will probably remember him from Raising Arizona. I believe it was Raising Arizona. But I always remember more from Uncommon Valor. And the whole story is basically this Japanese guy went to Detroit, takes place in Detroit, and he has this engine, this turbocharger engine, right? And these bad guys were going to make a deal with them, but the guy didn't bring it with them. So they're like, hey, what happened to the turbocharger? They hang them up to steer them, but as they're hanging them upside down in this junkyard, the guy has a heart attack. They didn't mean for it. At the same time, the security guy that's around the junkyard comes in, and and they shoot him with this gun. It's called, wrote it down, the gyrojet gun, which I guess this was a real gun. I don't think they make anymore, but it's actually a gun that shoots little missiles, which they don't use that much in the movie, unfortunately. But if you don't bring that in, use it more. But like, hits him, the guy flies back, boom. Kind of surprised they got away with that with PG rating. And this was 89 or 92, whichever you want to put it. And apparently Pat Morita was on the Tonight Show one time, and they said how by the last day of production, or something, like by the end, they ran out of money. There was T scenes to be shot, and there was no budget left for the editing or the post-production. And to be honest, I didn't notice. I will be perfectly honest, I didn't notice. I don't think it's that bad of a film. I mean, it's cliche, yes. Jay Leno, you know, he's the tough, you know, funny cop. He's drag racing these guys, making a bet. Gets stopped by these patrolmen, says, "Hey, I had an investigation, you know," and you let him go. Oh, sees the female cop. "Let me get your number." And the guy's trying to deal with, no, I think I can figure it out. Now, Pat Morita is hired by his boss in Japan. Forget the guy's name. I think it's Sunteko. The bad guy from Missing in Action 2, the beginning, is Pat Morita's commanding officer, the captain. Sends Pat Morita to Detroit to get that turbocharger engine, so that the Americans and the American car dealerships and stuff won't get it. One thing leads to another. Yep, Ernie Hudson in a small role as well as kind of a partner to Jay Leno, but not really. They do kind of I thought it was kind of a funny scene where they go into this guy, because mainly they work robbery, and they go into this guy that has a gun to Jay Leno, and Ernie Hudson has a guy and the bad guy, and they argue, "You bring the warrant?" "No, I didn't bring the warrant. I told you to bring the warrant." And the guy's like, "You don't have no warrant? Go ahead, arrest me. Give me my lawyer." "Oh, by the way, what's this?" "Oh, it's a warrant. I forgot I had it." So I thought that was kind of a cute scene. But again, Jay Leno gets into the picture because the security guy who was killed was a friend of his. So he wants to know what's going on. Finds this card key, goes to the apartment of this guy who was killed, and Pat Morita's there, and you have this sequence where one's chasing the other, and Pat Morita actually dresses in this baggage, and it's like basically walking this luggage bay I should say, just walked in and they're chasing after it. I know, silly. Stop that luggage bag. And of course, again, it's cliche, not all the jokes work. Their captain, Jay Leno's captain is the big black guy who, you know, yells and, "Give me your badge and gun." You have another asshole cop on the case who gives Jay Leno a hard time, kind of a douchebag. Says, "Oh, I know Japanese, you know, teriyaki, Toyota." And they do the stereotypical dads, like Pat Morita says, "Read my rips." You know, so I know. I'm not saying it's one of the best, but I'm just saying it's not that bad that it took 3 fucking years for it to come out. This film is bad enough to do that. Catwoman? That film is bad enough. There are lots of movies bad enough for that. This film isn't bad enough for that. I mean, it's a fun... If you like buddy cop films, it's a fun time waster in my opinion. And you get some good moments. I mean... you get some good funny moments like Jay Leno's wondering, you know, this information, asks Ernie Hudson, and Ernie Hudson's like, "You know, if those go sour, I'd take my pension away. You know, I'm moving the wife and kids into your place." And Jay Leno's like, "Oh, that's fine, your wife's got a hot piece of ass." "Hey, cut that shit out, okay? You know, that woman is sacred." I don't know, I laughed at Ernie Hudson getting pissed. I thought it was pretty funny. And basically they arrest Pat Morita, but they realize that he's a cop from Tokyo. They don't want an international incident, so they have to let him go. But Jay Leno follows him anyway to the Jared Motors. And you have these very dumb security cops who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And one thing leads to another, he arrests Pat Morita there, breaking in. And I thought it was a funny line. He says, yeah, you need to know why I don't put a foot up your ass. Reason very simple. Most uncomfortable position for both parties. I thought Pat Morita and Jay Leno did well. I thought those two did what they had to do. I think that's why I liked it. One of the best things is when they're both, Jay Leno's kind of realized maybe he's onto something. That's something about this turbo engine, and they go back to Jay Leno's place and they get drunk. And Jay Leno's about to drink, and Pat Morita's like, no, you say banzai, banzai, no, banzai, 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 banzai. And Jay Leno's looking at him like he's crazy, and finally drinking. And then they're both drunk, and Jay Leno's like, no, you don't tell me shit. Pat Morita goes, I tell you shit. I tell you all shit. Full shit, I tell you. I thought it was pretty funny that they get bombed, and I thought it was pretty funny back and forth. But they go to this auto show where Tom Noonan's there, and they decide to chase Tom Noonan because they realize of course it's Tom Noonan, the guy from Manhunter. Something's up with that guy. He's creepy looking. And then some pretty decent back and forth, like, if he spits something, don't fry his ass. Pat Morita's like, fry his ass? What kind of severe punishment for spitting out a window? Well, you're in America, buddy. That's how it rolls, so to speak. They follow to this bowling alley, and you get kind of a fun fight scene where Pat Morita doesn't know karate. That's probably to take the piss out of his terror of the Karate Kid. But you did a fun little fight scene with Jay Leno and stuff getting the shit kicked out of him, but in a fun way, because it's PG. Getting here, there, going through walls, stuff like that. And they finally get to Tom Noonan's house, and they see all these guns, and I love Pat Morita's, holy shit, Dola! Too many guns. And Jay Leno's like, oh, you kidding? Everybody in America has a house like this. What? You're putting me on. I thought Pat Morita sold his lines well, even if you don't think they're good lines. Selling them, I thought Pat Morita did a good job with it. So it made me laugh. And it's like, don't worry about that alarm. People around here in America, when they hear that alarm, they just say, turn that shit off. But they find the gun that killed the security guy. And Tom Noonan, really good stunt. Tom Noonan finds out they're in there, gets a rocket launcher, a bazooka, I should say. And both, Jay Leno and Pat Morita's characters, probably stuntmen, of course, they jump out the window in the same shot frame. Jump out the window, roll down, and as they jump out the window, it's like the window and then there's like a shed. They jump on top of the shed. Before they even roll out the shed, the whole thing explodes, like lands basically on them, all the debris. And wow, it's just, those physical stunts always impress me more than CGI. I'm like, wow, stuntman really did that, and it just works so much better for the movie. And I don't see much stuff being cut out. So I don't know about what stuff they needed to film. And one of my favorite parts because of that scene, and then they get chased, and they're trying by this railroad. They go into this place, oh, we got it, and then it stops. And Jay Leno finds out that Pat Morita says, Japanese cops, they don't carry guns. But then ultimately, Pat Morita had grabbed a grenade and shows it to him, look what I have. And Jay Leno goes, interesting culture, you don't carry guns, but you carry grenades. And he's like, hey, I got some info for you. Throw it out. And he keeps shooting at him. I sense your interest. Here you go. And Jay Leno throws a grenade, and boom, explodes. Again, PG, so you don't see blood or anything. Well, basically one thing leads to another. They find some info on where this turbocharger thing is. They go to this place, this workshop. Chris Sarandon and them are there. Randall Tezcott, one of the main villains, just gets shot in a blasé way. PG, so no bullet squibs. You have a motorcycle chase, which leads them even going through, like, you know, those stock car race cars. Those stock car for racing, they go through that. Decent motorcycle chase sequence. Again, it always looks better when you compare to the CGI stuff today, just because it's real. It's real people doing it. And they get to the rental car place, and they find the rental car that has the turbo engine in it. And they're chasing along with them. They crash their car. Jay Leno gets shot, and Pat Morita sees Chris Sarandon coming at him. So Pat Morita runs towards it. And I love Jay Leno goes, "No, the wrong way. Where you going? I go the wrong way." In this weird shot where Pat Morita runs towards the car, jumps both feet into the windshield, and you see, like, Chris Sarandon, a dummy. You see the, like, crushing the head. No gore or anything, but you see, like, a quick shot of the feet going through the windshield. Like, a dummy, like, dummy's here, or whatever the fuck. You see, woo, like, crushing the head with the feet. I thought, okay, that was different. Hey, it's different, okay. And it just smashes Chris Sarandon's head. And you get this nice cheesy freeze frame where it splits off, and you find that they're friends. They become friends. And collision course, I know I talked about it for like 14-15 minutes now. Does it have problems? Yes. It's not all the jokes work, granted. The plot, you know, the fact that it's all about this turbo engine really wasn't important. The bad guys, like Chris Sarandon, really, he's a good actor, but he's really given nothing to do. Like, anybody could have played this role. Like, you want to see Chris Sarandon, see him in Child's Play, see him in Fright Night. Anyone could have played this villain role, to be honest. Anybody. So, you know, anybody could have played it. It's almost like, you know, it's a backseat to these two guys on the, you know, working together. You know, it's PG, so you're not going to get nudity, you're not going to get gore, blood strips, you're not going to get a lot of language, so that might turn people off. But it's stereotypical. Again, the black captain who's, you know, give me your gun, your badge. The asshole detective that's also on the case that want to fuck with the leads and steal their case in a way. No, you shouldn't be here, that sort of dickhead guy. Lackluster villain. I mean, Chris Sarandon, again, they give him nothing to do. Not tons of action scenes, but I enjoy this film. It's a film no one talks about, because I like these two guys in this film. I like Jay Leno and Pat Morita. I thought they worked well together. I thought they were fun with each other. I thought you got some good lines, like, and good scenes, like when they get drunk with each other, or the action scene where, you know, they're in the, you know, this funny culture. You don't carry guns, but you carry grenades. So you get some fun back and forth. Definitely easy pace. I mean, it's an hour and 40 minutes, but it seems like it goes at a pretty quick pace, in my opinion. And, you know, I miss these kind of movies. I like these kind of buddy cop films. This is miles better than Cop Out, because these two did not annoy the shit out of me like Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan was the biggest problem with Cop Out. I know one time I liked it, but that's why I deleted that review, because I changed my mind on that movie. Because Tracy Morgan runs thin. Very much thin. But these two don't. These two played off. It was nice to see Pat Morita in this kind of role, you know, away from Mr. Miyagi. Still kind of has the Mr. Miyagi voice. But, you know, he has a great moment where he freaks out at Randall Tetz Cobb, who's so much taller with him. He's about ready to fight with him and then has to leave. And he just goes, just about, good night. Yeah, I just like seeing Pat Morita freak out that way. You seem so controlled as Mr. Miyagi. Just see him, just freak out yelling at Randall Tetz Cobb in gibberish in Japanese, and then calmly, and then walking away. to follow Jay Leno. I thought that was pretty funny. So it gave me laughs, some decent action scenes near the end, two likable guys, stereotypical but fun time waster. I have fun with this movie. I've seen hundreds of movies that don't even do that, like Catwoman, like Adventures of Pluto Nash, at least for me, like Blade Trinity, like The Quest with Van Damme. To me, that's a subpar film. Horrible, shitty version of Bloodsport, basically. Universal Soldier, Fucturation. A lot of Steve Stroll's newer shit. You know, it just... This is better than those films. So, entertained by this film. Definitely check it out if you want, I guess. Just be warned, it's PG. But anyway, that's Collision Course. Thanks for watching, and take care. Later.